Mexico is represented by a recent discovery, an ornithomimid with the longest arms ever found. The Mexican dragon is a fitting ambassador for the country. One of South Africa's best-known dinosaurs and an ancestor of the giant sauropods. This early Jurassic herbivore helped reveal how dinosaurs grew. A small and adorable dinosaur, named after the famous Korean cartoon character Dooley, discovered in early 2026. Named after the legendary paleo artist Zdeněk Burian, this iguanodontian closes out the first group of competing teams. The lighter, faster cousin of T-Rex, one of Canada's most iconic predators, proudly bearing the name of its home province, Alberta. The gigantic cave bear, which once dominated Europe during the Ice Age, now enters the tournament with a truly imposing presence. Few people know Qatar was once covered by ancient seas. Today, it's home to one of the world's largest fossil dugong sites. The bizarre long-necked reptile discovered in the Alps, popular across Europe, and an ancient relative of the dinosaurs that would later dominate the Earth. Straight from Brazil comes the amazing Amazonsaurus, a giant worthy of representing the country's rich paleontological heritage. One of the strangest and most astonishing dinosaurs ever discovered. And it's a very recent find. Will it be able to play football without popping the ball with its spikes? An extinct, flightless bird found only in the Caribbean, small, mysterious, and little known, yet blessed with remarkable speed and agility. A Triassic reptile found in abundance across Scotland. Long before dinosaurs arrived, this animal already dominated the region. No introduction needed. The undisputed king of the dinosaurs and probably the most famous prehistoric creature on Earth. Representing Paraguay is the largest ground sloth of all time, a massive creature that could become as large as an elephant. The largest marsupial ever to live, a true giant of Australia's prehistoric megafauna, massive, powerful, and impossible to ignore. An ancient giant hyena discovered in Anatolia, Turkey, one of the region's largest and most powerful mammalian predators. The creature that changed the history of science forever, represented by one of the most iconic fossils ever discovered, a true German legend. A giant extinct island rat from the Caribbean. Strange, surprising, and almost unbelievable, but completely real. The legendary super croc, one of the largest crocodilians ever known, and the apex reptilian predator of its ecosystem. Ecuador's first and so far only known sauropod. It is also regarded as the country's most important dinosaur discovery. A marine reptile with a swordfish-like upper jaw. Could it handle a football as skillfully as dolphins do in the water? One of Japan's most iconic pterosaurs. Its name means Japanese wing, making it a perfect symbol of the land of the rising sun. A small mosasaur that once swam through the seas of Cretaceous Europe, swift, agile, and perfectly adapted to a life in the water. Named after the region that inspired Star Wars Tatooine, it was one of Africa's most famous sauropods, a true giant of the ancient world. One of the first dinosaurs ever reconstructed by science, a true European icon, and one of Belgium's greatest paleontological treasures. The largest predatory dinosaur ever discovered, ruler of ancient African rivers, and one of the most beloved dinosaurs of all time. Curiously, no bones of this dinosaur have ever been found. Only fossil footprints. Still, it remains one of Iran's most famous prehistoric discoveries. The gigantic moa, a flightless bird that ruled New Zealand before humans arrived, and one science may someday bring back. The famous humpbacked hunter, one of the most spectacular and important dinosaur fossils ever discovered anywhere in Spain. The largest shark of all time, a true monster of the oceans, whose giant fossils were uncovered in Cape Verde. North Africa and Arabia were home to mysterious abelisaurids, and scientists are still studying their fossils today. Did you know the capybara once had a giant ancestor? It was called Josepho artigasia, a massive relative from Uruguay about the size of a bull. One of the most iconic dinosaurs ever found in Europe, and one of the earliest dinosaurs to be discovered in France. A recently described African mammal that is giving scientists new insight into the early evolution of the elephant lineage. A three-toed ancient horse that wandered across Eurasia for millions of years, thriving in prehistoric landscapes. Best known from Britain, it represents Northern Europe's prehistoric ecosystems, a powerful fish-hunting predator with enormous claws. The ultimate giant, maybe the heaviest land animal ever. Now the reigning World Cup champion enters with a true giant. One of the only predators that could match T-Rex in size, once believed to be the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever discovered. Austria's national dinosaur and one of the smallest ankylosaurs ever discovered. Compact, armored, and distinctly Austrian. One of the largest flying animals of all time, a true titan of the skies, coming all the way from Jordan to dominate the air. The largest predator ever found in Portugal, a true Jurassic monster with crushing jaws and surprising speed. One of just 2 World Cup countries with no confirmed fossils, represented instead by the legendary sauropod-like cryptid Mokele-mbembe. A fast, intelligent tyrannosauroid that lived before T-Rex, it was a cunning ambush predator, always ready to strike from the shadows. One of Colombia's most important recent paleontological discoveries, this unique sauropod highlights the country's rich prehistoric heritage. The first dinosaur ever scientifically described, a true legend from one of the countries that helped shape paleontology. A sauropod unearthed on the Istrian Peninsula, proudly representing the rich and fascinating fossil heritage of Croatia. Another legendary African cryptid, often called a living pterosaur. It's the second tournament country with no confirmed fossil fauna. One of the last great South American mammals before the extinction of the megafauna, a powerful survivor from a lost world. And now, Roarers, who wins this Dinosaur World Cup? Write it in the comments.